Hello everyone, my name is iluhicamina. I come from Sons of Chaos Latam and we are here with interview with spookz from Golden Guardians. I'm so sorry for the loss and my first question is how is the preparation of the team after MSI? Because sometimes in Latin America the team who goes to MSI come back with a very so bad strike of lose. So
hmm
how is the preparation in NEA and if this happened to?
Yeah. To be honest, I think we came back from MSI stronger. Um, Obviously we versus C9 today, who are the best team in the league. Um, I think we didn't show. It's always hard because in practice we play like confidently, um, and we just are quite decisive as a team. But today we were almost like a little. I don't like to say the word scared, but it felt like we were just a little more inactive than we normally are, and it definitely is not how our team plays the game. Um, so for me, it was less so like the preparation coming up to the game, and more so just getting back on the stage and kind of getting comfortable again.
Okay, and also we know they have screens to train the, the to train, but how many hours per day they play or practice every day, and also if they have another type of training like exercises or talk with some psychology people.
Sorry. Could you repeat that one?
Or if they talk with some
Psychology.
psychology, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a performance coach. He does holistic health, it's called, but his name's Mind Body Esports. So he helps us kind of make sure the players are mentally prepared for the game as best he can. Um, and obviously we have our own routines to try to get the guys kind of as comfortable as they can be going into the game. So yeah, I mean there are a fair few things going into it, but a lot of them just come down to the consistent things that you do every day, making sure that you're consistent in practice, consistent with your practices, um, and so that people are kind of in a familiar environment where they feel like they're comfortable.
Okay, and I know you can tell me exactly what happened in every train because is the secret. But I want to know how do you adapt the team every patch they have League of Legends because they have too many change in this season. So how do
Yeah,
you adapt every patch they have?
yeah. So I mean, most of the guys, everyone's been around so long that everyone kind of adapts well based on what champions come back. Typically, the way it works is there are like really OP champions. Like for example, Nico right now is a really OP champion, um, and the whole meta shifts of like, well, okay, so if Nico's in the game, what's good against Nico, or how do we need to play against Nico? So you kind of figure out the really strong champions, and then the champions that are good against those champions, and the champions that work well with those champions, and that's essentially the meta. So step one is figuring out, well, what's good, and then step two, like, okay, well, what direction do we take with these strong champions? And basically every time there's a patch, that's kind of the way you go about it.
Okay, and also I want to know, and the fans want to know, how do you support the team in the summer? No, it's the season, the past season.
Yeah.
How do you support the team after when they have too many strikes of losses, and they
Mm.
come back and win? How do you support them? What they do the head coach in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, losing after you have like a lot of losses in a row, it's obviously tough. Um, there's a lot that goes into it. You kind of figure out you got to figure out your flaws in your game plan and like your issues as a team. You've got to figure out what's going wrong with the team dynamic. You've got to figure out people's mental aspect. And typically you just pull aside. It's all about kind of talking to everyone, first of all, and seeing where they are and where they feel and what they feel issues are, and finding common ground with those issues and then prioritizing those issues. That's typically the way it goes when you're struggling as a team. Sometimes it can just be meta dependent. Sometimes your team can just struggle in certain metas. And that can be tough because you kind of run out of bans at a certain point. But most of the time, like you're able to kind of work through your issues, whether it's meta related, whether it's internal issues within your players, whether it's issues with the way you're practicing, you're kind of able to figure out. And a lot of it just happens kind of as you're grinding out the season. Your systems rarely change. The systems that are put in place from the start of the season, you want to be consistent with. But if you do need to change them, like at some point, you get enough feedback that you need to change the systems, you'll change them. So it's very reactive, is kind of how I would sum it up.
Sounds like a big challenge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough. Like, it's not. I guess it's not supposed to be easy. Even when you're winning, you're still running into a lot of problems. So it's kind of like in terms of mindset, it's to take it the day by day, and you're going to have your long-term goals, but you just need to attack the day and do as much as you can each day.
Sorry if you hear the music.
Oh no, that's okay. No worries.
Is sometimes the streets of Latin sounds with music, but sorry.
No worries.
Okay, and for last, and do you want to send some message to all the fans in Latin America? They have support Golden Guardians.
Awesome. Yeah, for those fans that support us, like, we're very appreciative. I think our team, we didn't really have a big following up until we've started playing a bit better, and it's really nice to know that we have fans. So thank you so much, and keep supporting us, and we'll keep trying to provide the wins.
Yeah. Also, the Licorice have too many fans.
Oh really?
Really,
I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Yeah, he knows that the last time I speak with him, I tell him, but he has too many fans. So thank you very
awesome.
much for this
Cool.
interview.
Thank you. Awesome. Have a good one. See you later.
See you.